Hi, and welcome to PowerPoint. PowerPoint is a presentation program that comes with Microsoft Office, and when you first click on the icon to launch PowerPoint, this is the screen you're going to see. You have a lot of templates that are available to you. A template is just a PowerPoint presentation that's already set up for you. All you have to do is just go in and add your own text and information to it. What we're going to start with for our first assignment is a blank presentation. So I'm going to click over here on blank presentation, and here is PowerPoint. Now you'll notice at the top of our screen you have what's called a ribbon, this area up here at the top, and you have different tabs. We've got File, Home, Insert, Design, Transitions, Animation, Slideshow, Review, View, and Tell Me What You Want to Do, which is basically the help. The ribbon is the control center for PowerPoint and other Microsoft Office programs. You're going to see the ribbon on all of them. It works basically in the same way in all the programs. On the Home tab, you're going to have the most commonly used skills according to Microsoft. So we've got our clipboard grouping, which is where you're going to find your copy-paste, slides, grouping where we can add new different slides or change the layouts, our font, paragraph grouping, the drawing grouping, and the editing grouping. Now in PowerPoint we also have Insert, Design, the Transition, and the Animation, and the Slideshow tabs are all unique to PowerPoint, and we will get into those later on in our class. Over here on our left side we have our navigation pane, which is where you're going to see your thumbnails of your different slides. If we had more than one slide, we'd see it here. Here in the middle we have our working area, and then we also, down here at the bottom, is where we can add notes to our presentation or comments. We have our normal view, a slideshow sorter view, and a reading view, and then we also have our slideshow view down here in the bottom right hand corner, as well as our zoom bar. And the zoom bar is great if you're working on graphics and you want to do some more detailed information with them. Just zoom it in and your screen will get larger, and you can work on what you need to work on and then move it back down to 100%, or if you want to see the your whole slide. It's not going to affect how your slides print or appear in the final presentation when you use the zoom bar. Now for our assignment, we have basic presentation skills, and I'm just going to bring the instructions up here for a second. We've already done number one, create a new blank presentation in PowerPoint. We need to save our presentation, and to save information in PowerPoint, we're going to come up here to the File tab, and you have either Save or Save As. The difference between the two is Save means you're going to save something with the same name and in the same location. If you use Save As, then you can change the name of your document or presentation, or you can change where it is located at. So I'm going to click on Save As. We have these different areas here. OneDrive is a free service from Microsoft where you can actually save documents on the cloud up on the internet. So if you're interested in being able to work on your files in more than one location that has access to the internet, then you'll want to set up a OneDrive account. And what you'll do is you'll just click on OneDrive and then follow the steps there to set up a OneDrive account. We also have this PC, which is your computer. If you're saving these things at school, I strongly recommend that you click on either the OneDrive or go to this PC, and over here you want to save it in your Documents folder. Now I already have files in my document folder. You might not have as many, but always save your documents either in the document folder or in your OneDrive account. Just be consistent. Always save it in the same location. So I'm going to name this Basic Skills. with your last name on it, and then we might save it as a PowerPoint presentation, and we're going to click Save. And you'll notice at the top of our ribbon, the name of your file appears. Now this part gets a little confusing for some students. It says enter the following information on slides. Only type the text in italics. You do not need to italicize it. So here we got our title, slide 1. We want to type in the title area, basic presentation skills. We're not going to recreate this document. We're just going to type in this basic presentation skills in the title box. So here in our PowerPoint, we have our placeholders, these areas that have the dotted lines. These are called placeholders. Where it says click to add title, we're going to click there. And now we're going to type in basic presentation skills. You'll notice it automatically makes our text a little bit larger. We're going to click where it says add subtitle, and we're going to type in our name. I'm going to just click off of that, and you can see here is our first slide. And up here in our navigation pane, you can see just a little thumbnail picture of what our first slide is. Now we're ready to add a second slide. So to add slides to our presentations, we come up here to the slide grouping on our Home tab. We click on where it says New Slides, and you can see we have 9 different layouts that we can choose from. Now, a layout is just how the text appears on the slide, and it's already all set up for us. We can also duplicate our selected slide. So if we have a slide and we really like the way it's laid out, we can click duplicate it and then just go in and change our text if we want to. We can select slides from an outline that we have, or we can reuse slides from a previous presentation. So for this particular one, we want to use the title and content layout. So we're going to come up here and click on title and content, and it's going to automatically put it in the next spot on our presentation. And here our title for our second slide is General Guidelines for Presentation Design, Part 1. And then in the text box, we're going to add a bulleted list. Now you can see in our text box, we have where it says click to add text, and it already has a nice little bullet point there for us. So it's automatically going to be a little bullet list. So all we need to do is type in our first bullet list item. And when you get to the end of your text, and when you hit the enter key, it's going to take you down to the next line, and it's going to automatically continue on our bullet list. So we're going to finish doing this. And if you make a mistake, you can just go back and move your mouse around and click it wherever you need to put it, and use your backspace or your delete key, and then type in the new text. When you're finished entering in all your information, I do want you to take a few minutes and actually read what you've entered in, because the text for this particular assignment gives you some ideas on how to create a presentation. For instance, if you're actually creating one, you want to list the top 3 goals. You need to know what your audience is and your major points. These are just some good general guidelines for doing a presentation. So if I come back to our instructions, we've done 1, 2, 3. So that's title 2. We're ready for slide 3. We want the title and content layout again. So I would come up here and go New Slide, Title and Content, click to add title, and this is my General Guidelines for Presentation Design Part 2. And then I have a bullet list. So I'm going to click to add text down here again, and then type in the bullet list. So after you get everything typed in, you've got all of your general guidelines for presentation design part 2. And now we're ready to go ahead and enter another slide. And again, we want our title and content layout. So I'm going to come up here to New Slide, Title and Content. And I'm going to click to add my title, which is Basic Guidelines for Delivery. And again, I can come here and just make my corrections. And then I'm going to enter my bullet list on this slide number 4. So after you have that information entered, again, make sure you read over it because that gives you some very good guidelines for when you're going to be doing the presentation, specifically talking to your audience, not your notes. We're ready to go to slide 5, which is another 2 content layout. And actually we went to content layout, and I did the title and content layout. So I'm going to go ahead up here on the new slide. You could have actually chosen the 2 content here. Since I chose the wrong one, I'm just going to come up here to where it says layout, and I can change my layout right away. I want the 2 content layout right here. I want to enter text on the left side, but I don't want any bullets. So I'm going to click here by where it said click to add text, and I'm going to hit backspace, and that's going to remove the bullets. Then on line 1, the very first line, I'm going to type in thank you. I'm going to have a blank line here. So to enter a blank line, you just hit the enter key. So I'm going to hit the enter key twice and type questions. Now if I want to go back in and see my presentation, what I have done, I can come up here to slideshow and put from beginning. And I actually have 2 monitors on my slide. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to display settings. I'm going to swap my presenter view in the slideshow so you can see my slideshow. If you only have 1 monitor, this is what you're going to see. To go to the next slide, I'm just going to hit my mouse button or my space bar. And ready to go to the next one. Mouse button or space bar. And just keep clicking until you're all the way through. At the very end, you're going to have a blank screen. And that's the way PowerPoint wants it. That signifies that that's the end of your presentation. And so when you click one more time, you're going to be back to your PowerPoint program. When I come up here, since I already know where I have it saved, I'm not changing the name, I can just click this little save icon up here on the quick access toolbar. This little bar up here in the left-hand corner is your quick access toolbar. It has your save button, you have your undo, and you have, if you have done typing, you can repeat it if you want. Here in PowerPoint, we could also go right into our slideshow view right from this little icon. And if I want to add something else to my quick access toolbar, I can click on this little button right here and I can customize it. So maybe I like to do a print preview and print a lot, so I can click on that and it's going to add it right up here to my quick access toolbar. So any command that you do quite a bit, you can add up here to your quick access toolbar. Now if we come over to the other side of our PowerPoint title bar, you see where it should say your name, and this little box over here is your ribbon display option. So if you realize at some point in time you've lost your ribbon, you can click on this button and you can hide the ribbon. You can just show the tabs on your ribbon. Gives you just more workspace here. I like to leave mine showing all the time, and so that's the show tabs and commands. And then you have your 3 minimize, maximize, and your close button. Okay. So I'm going to save this, and I am ready to submit it in Blackboard for grading. So if you go to Blackboard, and you find, you click to student mode here. If you go to coursework and you find the assignment, so we're going to go to PowerPoint applications homework, and this is the first one, the basic presentation skills. Right, this little PDF right here is the instructions that I've been working from. I'm going to browse my computer, and I'm going to locate where I saved my file at. I'm going to select it, say open, and then I'm ready to submit. And when you submit PowerPoint for grading, over here in the preview window, it may or may not show up. If it doesn't show up, that's okay. You can click on this little download button over here, and you can download the actual file you submitted for grading.